Hi everyone, this is Charles Damiano again. I'd like to share with you a couple more rare items from my Bruce Lee collection that I picked up when I was 13 years old. Today I'm going to share with you an item that came out in 1974. You know, as a kid growing up, I collected a lot of magazines, and there wasn't a lot that came out on Bruce Lee back in the early 70s. And these next two items were the first two paperbacks that came out on Bruce Lee that really try to make sense about who Bruce Lee was and what his fighting art was all about. And I picked up these two, and as you can see, when you're 13, 14 years old, and you love collecting, you get very exciting about picking up multiple copies. So I got these 3 copies in mint condition. The Legend of Bruce Lee by Alex Ben Block. And at that age, I wanted to pick up as many items as I could on Bruce Lee because I was very enamored by his presence and his films and his philosophy at that time, and I wanted to learn as much about him as I can. So I like to share this book with you. And then the other paperback that came out was this one, again in mint condition. I got these from the bookstore when they came out. Bruce Lee, the Man I Only Knew, and this was the first book written by his wife Linda Lee, who really gave you some great insight as to what her husband was all about, as a movie star, a husband, a father, a philosopher. And it was, again, a very, very great paperback at the time, which I read cover to cover, and I hope you guys read this as well. So 2 really great books, and I'd like to just kind of share with you the first one on The Legend of Bruce Lee by Alex Ben Block. And I remember reading this 9th grade as for a book report, and I was enthralled to read this book and learn as much as I can about Bruce Lee. And it came out with a lot of exciting pictures on him, which I can flip through and show you some of the inside of the book. Again, him as a really young kid at an early age from Green Hornet, training with his son Brandon, him in Longstreet here with James Franciscus. So again, at the time when this came out, there wasn't a lot of photos on Bruce Lee, there wasn't a lot of information on him. To see a paperback that came out for the first time sharing all this great information on Bruce Lee was really exciting. So if you don't have this one, remember to pick it up, find it. You can also go to my website. I have numerous copies, as you can see. It's a great book, very interesting reading. The other book I'd like to go over with you today is this one called Bruce Lee, the Man I Only Knew by his wife Linda Lee. And this is an interesting book because this book actually for the first time put in flip pages to see Bruce Lee fight against. This is a Warner Brother action book, so you can actually flip through the book and see him fighting in the book, and I'll share that with you. It's kind of funny actually seeing that. And back in the early 70s, flip books were very popular. Pages, you could actually see Bruce Lee fighting in the courtyard scene in Enter the Dragon. So I thought that was really cool when this book came out. And again, a lot of wonderful pictures in the book. Some of the topics that they discuss in the book. What do you know about Bruce Lee? Like I said, not a lot was written about him, and to see this from the perspective of his wife was really, really interesting at the time. That he was a child movie star in Asia, that he was a Hong Kong juvenile delinquent who was sent to America to succeed or else, that he taught martial art to James Coburn, Steve McQueen, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. At the time, he taught a lot of celebrities his art, that he had to fight his life against Chinese gangs because he taught his method to whites, that he was a student of philosophy. So a lot of great information in this book. Again, love to hear if you guys read this book, what your opinions of the book is. Love to know if you have it in your collection. Did you buy it off the newsstand when you were a kid? Did you get it recently? Again, comment below, like the video. Love to hear your input on this. Let's share your thoughts on these 2 great items, The Legend of Bruce Lee and Bruce Lee, the Man I Only Knew. Again, Charles Damiano from his Bruce Lee collection. Until next week, see you guys later.